So we continue through the story of David in the second book of Samuel, and here we hear some of the consequences of his sin with Bathsheba and killing of Uriah. That here the Lord then said through the prophet Nathan, you will always have the sword against you. And so here it is, even his own son is coming against him. And so he runs. And then there's this man of Saul's family, the same clan. He's coming and he's shouting curses and saying, you are murderous and wicked man. And this man probably has all these ideas of, he killed this person in Saul's family and this person killed Saul's family, which if you read through the scriptures, none of that was David's intention. He didn't intend at all. In fact, the people that came and killed these men, like David had killed. He's like, what? You would kill a man in his bed? An innocent man in his bed? Don't do that. And so, but what Shimei said was true, because he had Uriah killed. And so he had this murder against him. How did he react? The incredible thing is the king, surrounded by warriors, did not retaliate. And in fact, after David was restored to the throne, Shimei comes and basically says, "Forgive me, I'm sorry." And David forgives him. And as I was praying through this, just saying, how do I react when people speak negatively to me, about me? How do I react? Is my initial response to be like David, or as we hear in the prophet Isaiah, like a lamb, he was led to the slaughter without opening his mouth? Are we like Jesus, receiving the insults? Or do we respond? Do we react? Do we retaliate? More often than not, I respond and react and try to defend myself. And sometimes, of course, for truth's sake and for justice' sake, we must. But I think more often than not, we're called to keep our silence and in humility receive, because even though the insult that is spoken to us was not maybe necessarily the full truth, part of it is true. We aren't as great and as wonderful as we'd like to think we are. And I know part of the reaction in my heart is that when somebody comes after me, it's like, you're seeing through my mask. You're seeing how I really see myself. And it hurts. So we turn to the Lord today and ask Him for that grace, that when we are to keep silent, that we have the grace to keep our mouths shut, that we may keep silent even when people speak evil against us. As Jesus even said in the Beatitudes, when they speak evil against you falsely because of me, that we may be able to receive that like Jesus and use that then as a means of redemption, being part of the redemption that God has done for us through Jesus Christ on the cross.